how to know yourself? What is the nature of God? What is the connection between the two? About this and much more on how to live. Knowledge and skills needed to create the life you want, the best experience of life possible. And, for the thousands and thousands of years, people have been asking themselves the question of, who am I? What is life? What is it all about? So who are you really? What is yourself? How to know yourself, or at least how to know yourself better. And in the quest to find out about that, they turn to something higher than themselves. They turn to God. So how are the two connected? Let's start with how to know yourself, knowing yourself, which is the basis of all. You know yourself, you need to know yourself so that you can work out anything else in life, because everything goes through what you call yourself. All the experiences, everything is experienced inside yourself. Everything that happens to yourself. So yourself is essential to get to know anything about anything, isn't it? And as I always say, you can go in two directions. You can go inward or outward. You can start by, focusing on your body-mind and learning everything about body-mind, all the physical, mechanical stuff about the bones, the flesh, the blood, the organs, how it all functions. It's all physical, it's all mechanical. It all functions by itself, by its own software that's input in it, It's mechanical. And all you experience inside your mind is just a result of a process of a mechanical going on in the body-mind, the mechanical workings on your brain. So you can, focus yourself, and you can, study your body-mind, all the physical aspects of it. But how far will you get? You will just learn everything about the mechanics of it, and then you will end there. Will that satisfy you? Will that answer your questions? Who are you really? Who is yourself? What is yourself? Or will you still be seeking for something higher than this body-mind? Because when you look around yourself, you look at the nature, you look at the universe, you look at everything is put together, you look at every tiny piece of it like a little leaf, how it's sort of delicately, extremely systematically put together to the tiniest detail. You look at all the planets, the solar systems, that everything else you don't even know about, and you can just think that there is much more that you don't know about, and you think, wow, there is some, intelligence happening here that is much higher than intelligence of this body-mind. And that's why people, even today, when they're sort of maybe drunk totally on this self-importance, being totally swept by this sort of mechanical knowledge of data and information, they still have this tiny bit of craving inside them to know what is this high intelligence, to know what is this that is higher than yourself, what is it? And here the question of God comes into it again. People today might turn away from the idea of God because it's been obviously used in so many religions over the thousands of years, and they might not agree with the definition of God. But if we define God as something higher than yourself, high intelligence, something beyond body-mind, then the most of us can agree that something like that probably exists. And that the human body-mind is not capable of understanding it, of detecting it, of sort of physically with the instruments that we've sort of created by using the body-mind, we are not able to detect it. Well, is that a possibility? Is that something that's maybe going on? Is that something that can explain this longing inside us? Is that something that can explain this subtle knowledge inside us that there is something higher, much higher, much higher, much higher than the human body mind, much higher intelligence, much higher existence. That is not detecting by us, by instruments created by human body mind. So we call it non-existent because we can't detect it with our instruments. Yes, I would say yes, we all have this deep longing inside us and this deep knowing, even a tiny bit of it inside us, that there is something high, that there is something more, that there is something unchangeable, and that there is something that is just everywhere, that everything is reflected in it. There is this one cosmic consciousness in you, one pure awareness. That our soul, when we define ourselves as a soul, as I always say, that is the starting point, is the part of it, that our soul has the same nature as the nature of this high existence that we call God. So let's not argue about the question of using the word God or not God, or soul or not soul. These are just the words. They really do not matter. They are just this sort of something that human body mind created in just so that our existence in this perceived reality is easier, so just as the tools for survival, to make the survival much more easier to obtain. That is all there is, nothing more than that. So all these petty arguments about what words to use, how to describe this, how to describe that, are really petty, are just totally not important. But what is important is developing direct experience of God, of soul, of your soul, and of soul of all souls, of cosmic consciousness, of the only thing there is, one and only, and that everything is reflected in it. There is direct experience, and you can obtain it in this lifetime, in this circle of from birth to death. But you need to focus on it. You need to focus inward and start spending time with it and start working on it. More about it in my next video. You can support my channel by means that I state under the video. I also, as always, mention a lot of names of people who have great YouTube channels and videos that can help you on the same journey of discovery, to know yourself. That's all from me for today. Take care. Bye-bye.